In this video, I'm going to talk about the 3 different types of intelligence the B2B business owners are going to need in 2026 and beyond. Because going to networking event after networking event is a complete waste of your time, and relying on the hopium that is word of mouth referrals are also not the best way to grow a business in 2026. Now, if you don't know me, my name's Tommy Murphy. I'm the founder of A1 Connect. I have over 15 years of experience in B2B sales, 8 of which are in content. And I've generated over 11 million in my career. And I help B2B service business owners and lean sales teams who sell through discovery calls and events, rocket their conversions, and speed up their LinkedIn pipeline through systems I install in their business for outreach and video content. Because when you can strike that balance between tech and the human touch, you can sack off that overpriced agency and make way more profit every quarter. Now, I have a weekly newsletter with heaps of LinkedIn and YouTube related tips and advice, and it gets delivered straight to your inbox. If you want to join it, there's a link below. Now let's get into it. So many of the business owners that I work with started business in the 80s and 90s, where it was very much about who you know rather than what you know. And that's still the case today in many ways. But things have slightly shifted with the advent of AI and social media in particular. Gone are the days where you could just have a whole heap of money and make that money into more money. If you're starting a business or a brand from scratch, there's 3 types of intelligence that I think every business owner should have, but not every business owner can have relative to where they are in their career. Let me explain. So intelligence, let's just say intelligence, which I mean by that is IQ. That's 10 to a penny. You're going to be reasonably intelligent if you're starting a business. So your expertise is sort of out the window here in terms of being a lever that you can use. So we're not going to talk about IQ in this video. Instead, I'm going to talk about the 3 lesser known ones and why they're important to your business. So the first one is, so you might have heard of it before. It's basically your emotional quotient. So these are people who are attuned to other people's emotions. It's very good for when you're leading teams, for when you're selling to people, when you can really hone in on what is making someone tick. So if you're a business operator that's not very good on the EQ front, it's highly likely that you have a partner who is, as in a partner in the business, or you probably struggle to keep staff members in particular. And that's why I think it's so important, especially as there's going to be so much more anxiety in the workplace now around what is AI, what is AI doing to me in my job. This is going to be super important. The other one that I want to talk about is TQ. So that's your technology quotient. And what I mean by that is your ability to look at the plethora of tools that are available right now in the world and being able to select the right ones to do the right job for your business. Now, I run advertising in my business as well as using LinkedIn. They're the sort of 2 main drivers for my business. And what I find particularly on the TQ front is that there's a direct correlation between the number of years of someone's experience and their TQ. This is a generalization, I know, but by and large, most business owners who are, let's say, 10 to 15 years away from retirement, many of whom are my clients, they see that there is opportunity with the tools of AI and automation and technology, but they are too long in the tooth to want to implement it themselves. And likewise, they're also too long in the tooth to want to learn it themselves. So their options are go out to the market and try and hire someone who fits that bill, or they accept that their organization is going to be slower than it needs to be. So TQ is something that I think is really important for business owners. So I'd love to know, let me know in the comments, are you a business owner who's 10 to 15 years away from retirement? How do you rate your own TQ? Let me know in the comments. And also, if you've not already, make sure that you subscribe if you like this type of content. And the final intelligence, which is a phrase that I've coined myself, is CQ, and that's content quotient. So what I mean by that is a business owner or a founder's ability to be able to articulate what they're trying to talk about in a way that makes entertaining, engaging content. Most people lack this because there's a fear of the camera, or they might come from a very technical background and words and visualizing things don't come very easy to them. But nevertheless, it's still important to note that CQ in 2026 is going to be really, really important. Now, I would caveat this video, and it's very important, that there are two types of people. There's two types of business owner. Going back to these business owners here, the ones who are high in experience but low in TQ, it's highly likely that they have built a strong enough network to actually be able to run their business without the need for CQ, because it's a well-established business, their reputation precedes them. But if you are a business or a business owner that is under the age of 40, I strongly believe that this is going to dictate your business's ability to get clients cheaper than your competitors. Is it possible to win business without ever creating content? Yes. Is it easy? Hell no. Because what you're going to have to do instead is do a hell of a lot of outreach and a hell of a lot of convincing in order to bring people into your business. But with content, you're able to build trust in advance of people speaking to you. So what happens as a result of getting good at content is, one, your ads get cheaper. Because one, you're going to be able to make better content that gets better results. And two, as you put out content on different platforms, you are driving traffic which can be used as retargeting audiences in your ads to get more out of that flywheel. And the other point, number two, is when you use content in your funnel and your communications, you're able to explain things with something like this, a piece of video content, so that they can build up the trust in your knowledge without needing to speak to you directly. So what I'd like you to do as an exercise is to think about where you're strong and where you're not strong. So you might be someone who, maybe a HR consultant, high in EQ, but maybe you hate technology. So maybe you're here in technology, and maybe you don't like going on video at all. And maybe you're here. What size is your inner triangle? Because if it's not big enough, in 26, it's going to be very hard to compete with your competitors who are much higher in these areas. The other option you have is to work with the right partner who can offset some of those weaknesses. That partner can come from your network and bring them on as a co-founder, or you can work with someone like me who has these areas of intelligence and actively working on them all the time. So if you're liking the cut of my jib and you want to chat live, I've actually got a free Skool community where every week I do group calls to help members with any burning questions they have on LinkedIn. Now, in order to maintain a high quality of the group, I personally speak to and vet every single person who requests to join this free group as part of the admissions process. So if you actually want to join a group of high caliber B2B service business owners, submit your request to join in the link below. But regardless, I hope you found this video helpful. Now, based on your search history, YouTube reckons you need to watch this video of mine next. See you there. Bye.